Francesca Hilton was the only daughter of Conrad Hilton and Zsa Zsa Gabor. Not only was the alleged story of her conception deeply disturbing, but her tragic fate would also become downright horrifying. The story of the Hiltons spans generations and is marked by shocking twists, scandal, and heartbreak. From Norway to Hollywood, from hotel empires to inheritance disputes, the Hilton family saga is a story of power, wealth, and dark secrets. It all begins with Augustus Halvorsen Hilton, who immigrated to the United States from Norway in 1870, settling in San Antonio, Mexico. There, Augustus and his wife Mary Genevieve built a home and raised their 8 children, including Conrad Hilton, the son who would one day redefine the meaning of wealth, business, and family legacy. Conrad Hilton grew up in New Mexico, which at the time was not yet a part of the United States. New Mexico did not achieve statehood until 1912, when Conrad was already 25 years old. This unusual timing presented him with a unique opportunity. Young Conrad became one of New Mexico's first Republican representatives, stepping into a world of politics that he would soon find deeply unsatisfying. He reportedly grew disillusioned with politics, claiming he could not tolerate the bureaucracy, slowness, cheating, lying, and endless insider deals. Instead, Conrad gravitated toward banking, a field he believed required integrity and honesty. With the financial world calling, Conrad headed southwest to Texas, where dreams were being realized at the height of the oil boom. Oil money was flowing, and surely a booming industry would require a strong bank. Yet, Conrad's first attempt to secure his own bank failed, forcing him to pivot quickly. That pivot came in the form of the Mobley Hotel in Cisco, Texas. A small establishment with just 40 rooms, the Mobley became a hub of opportunity as its constant flow of guests revealed a profitable business model. Conrad realized that if he could generate substantial profit from just one hotel, the possibilities of expanding into multiple locations were endless. In 1919, Conrad purchased the Mobley Hotel. By 1930, he had acquired 4 more hotels across Texas, marking the beginning of the Hilton Empire. However, the Roaring '20s came to a crashing halt. The stock market crash of 1929 plunged America into the Great Depression, leaving countless businesses bankrupt and dreams shattered. Hotels, seen as luxury indulgences, suffered significantly as everyday Americans had no money for travel or leisure. Against all odds, Conrad Hilton retained control of his 8 hotels and even began looking beyond Texas for expansion opportunities. The Great Depression proved to be only a temporary setback. Conrad continued to spread the Hilton name across America, building a reputation for business acumen and determination. As he grew his hotel empire, Conrad also focused on his personal life. In 1925, he married Adelaide Barron, and together they began laying the foundation of the Hilton family dynasty. The couple had 3 sons, Conrad Hilton Jr., Baron Hilton, and Eric Hilton. Unfortunately, their marriage would not last. 1 year after the birth of their 3rd son, the couple divorced, leaving Conrad to focus on his business empire while navigating personal heartbreak. After approximately 8 years of rebuilding his heart, Conrad turned his attention to a new and far more famous bride. In 1942, he married Hungarian socialite and actress Zsa Zsa Gabor. At the time, Gabor had been in the United States for only about a year, having fled the chaos and violence that swept across Europe. Initially, Conrad may have seemed like a hero, even assisting her parents in escaping Hungary. However, their marriage quickly revealed deep fractures. Conrad reportedly diminished Gabor's independence, perhaps more interested in possession than partnership. He even changed her name from Zsa Zsa to Georgia, a symbolic gesture that, according to Gabor, foreshadowed the eventual suppression of her freedom and individuality within the marriage. Only months before their divorce was finalized in 1947, Zsa Zsa gave birth to their only child, Francesca Hilton. While her birth cemented a bond between Conrad and Gabor, it was a connection overshadowed by darkness. According to Gabor's biography, she did not consent to the encounter that led to Francesca's conception, a harrowing allegation that forever stained the memory of their union. Following the divorce, Zsa Zsa Gabor became one of Hollywood's most glamorous and notorious figures, marrying 9 times and appearing in numerous films and television programs during the 1950s and 1960s. Meanwhile, Conrad Hilton faced challenges with his older children, particularly his eldest son, Conrad Nicholson Hilton Jr., also known as Nicky Hilton Sr. Nicky, proved troublesome almost from the moment he entered the world. He repeatedly dropped out of or was expelled from schools, showed little interest in the family business, and seemed obsessed with parties and women. According to Zsa Zsa Gabor, Nicky and Conrad shared more similarities than one might think, particularly in their hedonistic tastes. During Gabor's marriage to Conrad, Nicky was between the ages of 16 and 21, and she claimed to have known him far too well during that time. Despite Gabor's claims, Nicky's pattern of behavior was undeniable. He married superstar Elizabeth Taylor in 1949, a union heavily funded by MGM Studios and treated as a Hollywood spectacle. Taylor was only 18, while Nicky was 23 and already struggling with substance abuse and gambling problems. Their marriage quickly spiraled into chaos, culminating in a miscarriage following one of Nicky's violent rages. The marriage ended within a year on the grounds of mental cruelty, yet Nicky remained a sought-after bachelor in Hollywood. He subsequently became engaged to actress Betsy Vonfenberg, who later ended the engagement due to his continued reckless and violent tendencies.
While Nicky Hilton Sr. stumbled through life, Conrad Hilton continued to expand his hotel empire with a relentless determination. During the 1940s and 1950s, he acquired prestigious properties across America, including the legendary Waldorf Astoria in New York City. Securing the management rights to the Waldorf Astoria allowed Conrad not only to expand his Hilton Hotels Corporation, but also to absorb the legacy of another historic American family, the Ayers. Unlike the Ayers, however, Conrad had no intention of allowing his family name to collapse due to his children's recklessness. Conrad Hilton's vision extended beyond the United States. In 1946, he officially founded the Hilton Hotels Corporation, followed by the Hilton International Company in 1949. With these ventures, Conrad created the first international hotel chain, solidifying the Hilton empire as a global symbol of luxury and prestige. Yet, this remarkable business success brought its own problems. The Hilton inheritance would soon become a matter of intense conflict, revealing deep fractures in the Hilton family. Despite his accomplishments, Conrad could not ignore the escalating chaos within his own family. Nicky Hilton Sr.'s irresponsible behavior became a major concern, particularly as Conrad considered the future of the Hilton dynasty. In 1951, he appointed Nicky as vice president of the Hilton Corporation and manager of the Bel Air Hotel. While this was meant to groom Nicky for leadership, the young Hilton's habits could not be controlled. Substance abuse, gambling, and volatile anger made him unfit to inherit the empire. By 1954, he had run into legal trouble, and his second marriage in 1958 ended in failure. Tragedy struck when Nicky died of a heart attack at the age of 42, a full decade before his father's passing. This left Conrad with 2 sons, Baron Hilton and Eric Hilton, and 1 daughter, Francesca Hilton, to inherit his fortune. While Baron Hilton had proven himself capable, Francesca's life was plagued by hardship, a stark contrast to the success of her half-brothers. Conrad's will, written with the intent to preserve the Hilton legacy, sparked what would become one of the most infamous inheritance disputes in American history. Conrad left 97% of his estate to the Conrad and Hilton Foundation, an organization he had founded over 30 years earlier. While at first glance this appeared to neglect his children, the will also granted Baron Hilton the right to purchase shares in the foundation, allowing him to maintain control of the Hilton Hotels Corporation. However, this clause was met with resistance. The foundation refused to sell, resulting in prolonged legal battles. It wasn't until March 1988 that an appeals court ruled in Baron's favor, allowing him to fully steer the Hilton empire. By then, the value of the shares had quadrupled, securing the family legacy. Francesca Hilton, however, received only $100,000 from her father's estate, a fraction of what she believed she was owed. Though Conrad may have assumed Francesca would inherit wealth from her mother's family, the Gabor sisters, she contested the will. The courts ruled against her, forcing her to accept the limited inheritance. This moment marked the beginning of Francesca's tragic decline. While Baron Hilton expanded the Hilton Hotels Corporation into a global powerhouse, Francesca struggled with financial insecurity and personal hardship. The Hilton family scandals did not end there. Francesca's mother, Zsa Zsa Gabor, married multiple times after her divorce from Conrad, culminating in a marriage to Frederick Prince von Anhalt. By the early 2000s, Gabor's health had deteriorated following a severe car accident in 2002, leaving her paralyzed. Von Anhalt gradually assumed control over Gabor's finances and life decisions, further alienating Francesca. In 2005, von Anhalt accused Francesca of attempting to manipulate her mother for personal gain, including trying to secure loans using her mother's property. Legal actions were filed, but many were later dropped due to Gabor's non-appearance in court. By 2012, Francesca attempted to establish an independent conservatorship to protect her mother's interests, but the court granted full control to von Anhalt. Francesca Hilton remained shut out, emotionally and financially, reflecting the harsh reality that wealth and bloodline alone could not secure happiness or security. Despite her ties to the Hilton family, she died in poverty, reportedly homeless just a month before her death from complications related to a stroke. Francesca's mother never learned of her passing, as von Anhalt chose not to inform her. While Francesca's story represents the tragic consequences of family conflict and inheritance disputes, her half-brothers carried on the Hilton legacy with remarkable stability. Baron Hilton married Marilyn June Hawley in 1947, raising 8 children and fostering a strong family lineage. One of Baron's sons, Richard Howard Hilton, entered the business world and founded Hilton Realty Investments, further expanding the Hilton empire. In 1979, the same year Conrad Hilton passed away at 91, Richard married Kathy Avanzino, forming one of the most enduring unions in the family. Together, they raised 4 children, including Paris Hilton and Nikki Hilton. Paris Hilton, perhaps the most famous member of the Hilton family in modern pop culture, catapulted the family name back into the spotlight. With her reality TV show The Simple Life, she became an international celebrity, proving that the Hilton name could evolve from hotel empire to Hollywood icon. Nikki Hilton, though less famous than Paris, built a successful fashion career and largely avoided the scandals that plagued earlier generations. Despite being named after the troublesome Nikki Hilton Sr., she avoided repeating the same destructive patterns. The story of the Hilton family remains one of immense wealth, global influence, scandal, and heartbreak. From Conrad Hilton's early ventures in Texas to the rise of Paris Hilton as a modern celebrity, the saga combines elements of triumph and tragedy, demonstrating how power, money, and fame can impact generations. The Hilton empire itself remains a symbol of ambition, yet the personal toll on its members, particularly Francesca Hilton, highlights that financial success does not guarantee personal happiness. While Francesca Hilton's life was marked by tragedy, the story of the Hilton family was far from over. Conrad Hilton's vision for the Hilton empire extended beyond hotels, wealth, and business. It had to survive the challenges of modern fame, Hollywood scandals, and personal struggles. His surviving children, particularly Baron Hilton, carried the responsibility of safeguarding the Hilton legacy. Through careful management of the Hilton Hotels Corporation and Hilton International Company, Baron ensured that the family dynasty remained strong and respected worldwide. Baron Hilton's leadership style was in sharp contrast to his older brother Nikki Hilton Sr., whose reckless behavior had brought instability and heartbreak to the family. Baron approached the Hilton inheritance with precision, navigating complex legal disputes while expanding the Hilton Hotels Corporation internationally. Under his guidance, properties such as the Waldorf Astoria continued to shine as symbols of luxury, while the Hilton family brand grew stronger than ever. Through his efforts, the Hilton name became synonymous not only with hotels, but also with an enduring family dynasty that spanned generations. Amidst this success, Conrad Hilton's youngest daughter, Francesca Hilton, continued to live in the shadows of her wealthy half-brothers. Francesca's relationship with her mother, Zsa Zsa Gabor, was complicated, shaped by the Hollywood lifestyle and multiple marriages that Zsa Zsa experienced after divorcing Conrad. Zsa Zsa herself became a global icon, appearing in countless films and television shows and marrying multiple times, including her final marriage to Frederick von Anhalt. These relationships often overshadowed Francesca, leaving her fighting for recognition, support, and control over her family's legacy. Despite receiving only a small portion of her father's estate, Francesca Hilton made every effort to protect her mother and assert her rights. She became involved in legal battles, including attempting to establish an independent conservatorship to manage Zsa Zsa Gabor's finances. Unfortunately, the court ruled in favor of Frederick von Anhalt, leaving Francesca without authority over her mother's well-being or the family estate. Over time, these disputes contributed to Francesca's emotional and financial decline, ultimately culminating in her tragic death. Reports indicate that she was homeless just a month before she passed away due to complications from a stroke, living between short-term rentals and her car. Despite being the daughter of two powerful families, the Hiltons and the Gabor sisters, Francesca's life ended in poverty, a stark reminder that wealth does not always equate to security or happiness. Meanwhile, the Hilton family continued to flourish through Baron Hilton's lineage. Richard Howard Hilton, Baron's son, emerged as a key figure in modernizing the Hilton family legacy. He founded Hilton Realty Investments, further expanding the family empire and ensuring that the Hilton name remained relevant in contemporary business and society. Richard married Kathy Avanzino, an American socialite and actress, in 1979, the same year Conrad Hilton passed away. Their marriage became one of the strongest unions in the family, raising 4 children, including Paris Hilton and Nikki Hilton, who would later achieve international fame. Paris Hilton, in particular, revitalized the Hilton name for the modern era. With her reality television show The Simple Life, she captivated global audiences and became a household name. Her celebrity status transformed the perception of the Hilton family, linking the Hilton empire not only to luxury hotels, but also to pop culture and Hollywood notoriety. Paris's ability to embrace media attention, navigate Hollywood scandals, and leverage her family legacy turned her into a symbol of modern fame, demonstrating that the Hilton family dynasty could adapt to changing times while remaining influential. Nikki Hilton, Paris's younger sister, built a life that balanced personal success with the preservation of the Hilton name. Unlike her infamous uncle, Nikki avoided the vices that had plagued earlier generations, including Nikki Hilton Sr. She launched her own fashion line in 2004 and pursued a career that reflected her individuality while maintaining the family's esteemed reputation. Although she lived in the shadow of her more famous sister, Nikki's accomplishments prove that the Hilton family legacy extended beyond celebrity culture, encompassing entrepreneurship, creativity, and business acumen. The saga of the Hilton family is a testament to the complexities of wealth, fame, and family dynamics. This makes the Hilton family not only a story of luxury and fame, but also a poignant reminder of the intricate challenges that accompany generational wealth, fame, and family legacies. Thanks for watching History Expose. If you love uncovering the best stories in history, hit like and subscribe to keep exploring with us. Don't forget to visit our main page, FactNate, for more incredible facts about everything.